Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another video. For those of you who are new, I'm Ciara, and on this channel I talk about everything that's going on in my life at the moment. Guys, I'm actually giving y'all this video because I felt so inspired by a woman who I just came across on YouTube. Actually, I think I was looking at some vacation videos and her channel popped up. By the way, her name is Stephanie Perry. And she is very delightful, very insightful as well. Sweet personality from what I gathered. And I now am subscribed to her channel. And that's actually what inspired me to come forth tonight. I felt inspired by her video because what her channel is dedicated to, like in a whole aspect, speaks to what I think about every single day. And that's pretty much about taking, as she calls, a break time from all of the work that we have going on here. I'm in the United States, as I mentioned before, and I don't know how it is wherever you guys are watching from, but here you bust your butt. You do. And then some. And for a while now, I have been on this whole working smarter and not harder type of mindset. Not a lazy mindset, but it is a logical mindset. And believe you me, the people who you and I work for right now, they are actually embodying that. But I honestly just wanted to pop in and just have like a discussion, a one-to-one, a real talk discussion about the Matrix and what can we do about it. For those of you who don't know what the Matrix is just being a part of a system that is literally like a rat race. It's what we do day to day. Wake up, put on our clothes, go to work at somebody's job. Majority of us either hate that job with a passion or just simply is stagnant and don't know what to do. Some of us don't know why we're even there. And honestly, all of that was and is me. I don't know if I ever told y'all before, but I have been employed at so many jobs, like so many jobs I've been employed at. I really have. And I've quit each and every last one of them. And honestly, I think the longest job that I've ever been at was about a year. That was the longest job I've been at. And that was only because I had flying perks. I used to work at Spirit Airlines. I know. That was a job that I worked at for, I would say, at least a year or close to a year. That was the longest job I've ever held down. And like I said, the only reason why I stayed there for that long was because I had flying perks. So I got to travel free domestically, so I didn't have to pay zip. And if I traveled internationally, all I had to pay was the taxes. So that was a pretty dope deal, and that's what kept me there for the amount of time that I was there. But again, my mindset right now, and the reason why I wanted to make this video tonight, I was inspired to taking a break from work and putting yourself first, putting your happiness first, putting your mental health first, which is something that we don't do at all, at least not too often, not as often as we need to. We really don't. We're trained to just work until we're tired, work until we are in a stupor. At times even. For me, it's pretty much like a dead end, honestly. When you really look at the structure of these companies, it's not really set up for us to prevail, especially us black and brown folks. It's really not. In order to move up in the ranks, you either have to kiss up or just be snitching on people left and right. I have seen it, okay? Everything is not on hard work. And even if it was hard work, when you really sit and think about it, you are working twice or 3 times, sometimes even 4 times as hard to get just an inch further, while the person who actually owns the business is somewhere probably across the planet enjoying their life with their family and making money off of you and I mean, is that not something to be like irritated about? It is for me. By no means am I downing the 9-to-5 workers. I'm a 9-to-5 worker. At this time, currently I am. And guess what? I'm going through nursing school right now. So guess what? After I graduate, I am going to be working a 9-to-5. However, the big difference between that is that I have an exit strategy. And that's another reason why I wanted to come on here, just to talk to you guys and pick your brain, see what it is y'all going through. Are y'all going through the same things as I'm going through? I know statistics ain't lying, okay? Majority of us hate our jobs. It just is what it is. We hate our jobs, but a lot of us are so scared to go out of our comfort zone. A lot of us are so scared to go into the abyss or the unknown, right? Naturally, we are afraid of those things. But you can't be. You really can't be, because it's either you take your chances and risk prevailing and succeeding and excelling, or don't take your chance and stay in the current position where you're at now and you're unhappy and still get the short end of the stick. Right now, I work in human resources, and I cannot tell you how many stories I have. I won't even get into all of that, but needless to say, there is no such thing as job security. Let's start there. Zero, zip, nada, not happening. If you think that you could put in 15, 20 years in a company and let's just say they're low on budgets, that they're still going to keep you, and they're going to say, hey, well, you know, Tom, he worked for us since 1999. I think we should still keep him. No, it doesn't work like that. These people who own the businesses, the CFOs, the CEOs, all of them, they're number guys. They're a numbers type of people. They talk numbers. They're not talking relationships. They're not talking how nice you are. They're not talking about how you go into work and you put your best foot forward and you got them the top sales of the year for 5 years in a row. That's all cute. But that is not going to solidify your job. That's not going to keep you there. Now, if you are happy at your job, by no means disregard everything that I'm saying, because again, this is no shame to people who work 9 to 5, because like I said, I'm a 9 to 5 worker right now, and I'm currently going through nursing school. And when I graduate, obviously I am going to be working 9 to 5. But like I say again, that is a part of my journey to get towards an exit strategy. I have an exit strategy, and the reason why I do is because I can see the forest from the trees. I could see that with me. I know what fulfills me. I know what doesn't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself and pretend and act like me working 9 to 5 is befitting for me. Like, call it what you want. I never dreamed of being regular. I know that we only got one life. I don't like the idea of asking people, can I go out of town for a week and still keep my job? I don't like the thought as a grown woman asking somebody else for permission to leave. I also don't like all of the politics that comes with it at these jobs. I really don't. It is ridiculous. And if you only knew half of it, you would literally hate going into work. And majority of y'all hate going into work. That happened to me. I would never forget. I was working at, I worked at so many goddamn jobs, but one particular job that I worked at, I literally sat in my car down to the second that I was supposed to clock in because I was having knots in my stomach. I literally had knots in my stomach. I didn't want to get out the car at all. I was like this close from quitting, which I eventually ended up quitting. But y'all, the stress is real. And then you got to sit and think, what am I doing all this for? As far as I know, we only get one go round at this. We only get one go round at this thing called life. And do I really want to squander it off by being unhappy at a job or jobs with an S? I mean, we owe it to ourselves to live our lives to the fullest. We owe ourselves happiness. We don't owe ourselves staying at a job where we're not happy. We don't owe ourselves staying at a job where we are limited. We don't owe ourselves staying at a job where we got to kiss behind. Me personally, I don't kiss behind. I don't. I really don't. I play the game because we all got to, unless we all will be like fired from day one, right? I play the game, but I play the game to a certain degree. There's some people who play the game more than I do. There's some people who play the game better than I do. I know there are, because I don't play the game that well. And majority of it is embedded in my personality and who I am. I'm not a fan of kissing people's behinds. I'm just not. I don't care what your position is. I don't care if you are the CEO. I am a human being and I deserve respect and I demand it. And so should you. But that's just not the reality of a lot of our lives, right? That's not, especially when we have bills just like hovering over our heads, like, the mortgage, you gotta pay the mortgage. The car note, you gotta pay the car note. Car insurance, phone bill. I mean, now they invented this whole Klarna payment, which I am a victim of, okay? And we go further and further down. We go further and further down that rabbit hole, like, I swear. So yeah, in actuality, we really owe it to ourselves to be happy. Now, for me, my happy place, and this is just me, my happy place is to own my own That's my happy place. But aside from owning my own business or businesses, however many I decide, ultimately, the goal is to be happy. Because whether you're working a 9-to-5 or you are your own business person, you still got to be happy. Because somewhere around this world, even business owners are unhappy. So the goal is to live comfortably, number one, and number two, live happily. Like I said, as far as I know, we only get one go round at this. So we might as well make it worth it. We already are at a disadvantage just because of the color of our skin. We are. These companies, these major companies, the government, whoever can try to lie and play in our face and act like that is not the case. But those of us who know. You can see it in their body language. You can see it in how they treat you versus the other person. I mean, you name it, it's there. We know how it is here. And quite honestly, those are more reasons why I personally want to have my own stuff. I want to have my own stuff and I want to have the freedom to go wherever I please, whenever I please. There should be no reason why our other counterparts can do that and we can't. We're sitting here busting our butts at their Fortune 500 company while they're somewhere on a tropical island investing in property there or doing God knows what with whatever girlfriends they have. Or for the women boyfriends. So guys, I'm just here to help broaden your mind, open up your mind, and quite possibly just make a change in your life. I know me personally, I'm making changes in my life. I'm trying to move towards happiness more and more. And I honestly feel like I have been having a spiritual awakening. And I really want to call it that because that is exactly what it is for me. But I've been having it slowly but surely throughout the past year or so. And I've had to do some digging. I've had to ask myself some questions like, Sierra, why aren't you staying on these jobs long? Sierra, why don't you feel fulfilled? What are the things that fulfill you? What are your dreams? What do you want to do? What don't you want to do? And all of those things are necessary. We have to ask ourselves those questions if we want to even get an ounce closer to what it is we're trying to get to. Now, my solution might not be your solution. Your solution might be different. You might have different circumstances. You might have kids that are very young. You might, I don't know, be taking care of your elderly parents and you can't just drop everything and quit your job and, go jet sailing wherever you want. I get it. I really do get it. But also bear in mind that time waits for no one. Also bear in mind that you make time for things that you want. And you should also make time for things that you deserve. Because in this life, if I don't know anything else, if I am not learning anything else, I know that opportunities aren't just going to knock on your doorstep. You have to go and get it. You have to also assess your mental health. You got to assess your emotional intelligence. If you find yourself getting angry a lot quicker than you used to, you need to start doing some digging and figuring out why. Why is it that I'm this way now? The whole point of living is to live. Me, I refuse to live to work. Okay? I work to live, but I refuse to live to work. You do not want to be a slave to work. And let's just face it, like for those of us who are living here in America, we are slaves to work. It is what it is. We are slaves to work until we change that. And one thing that I love about this new day and age of social media is that it can serve as a tool. The same tool that is allowing me to speak to you guys right now on this camera which, by the way, I hope I'm getting better at, because if y'all catch my earlier videos, I told y'all it is very weird for me to just talk to a camera, although I know that eventually I'm talking to y'all because I'm going to end up uploading it and then we can have conversations. But at the end of the day, it is just me and this camera talking. So I really hope that I'm getting better. Y'all, if y'all have any pointers on what I can do to just relax a little bit and, I don't know, let it flow, by all means, let me know. But yeah, guys, time waits for no one, like I say again, and you owe it to yourself to live the best life. You only got one life, so you might as well live it the best way. If you want to travel to Dubai, stay there for 2 or 3 months, come back here, you could do it that way. Honestly speaking, that's what I want to do. And I talked about it with my hubby. Trust me, we've had plenty of conversations about this. I low-key think that he think I'm a little cray-cray, but that's okay because I am. I personally want to have a few months out of the year out of the country and then a few months here. I need that balance. I really, really do. I need that balance. But primarily, I just need that balance from work. Like, for instance, me, like I said again, I'm going into nursing. I'm in nursing school right now. Once I leave, I'm no longer going to have those 8-hour shifts. I mean, I could, because nursing is a broad field. I could be an RN case manager where most of them have the regular 9 to 5, or I could work in a clinic, or I could do triage nursing, or I could do virtual nursing working from home. Like I said, nursing is such a big field. And I believe that's why primarily a lot of people in the medical field eventually go into nursing, especially the CNAs. They go into nursing, LPNs, occupational, I think it's occupational therapists. Those people, they eventually go into nursing because it opens up a whole gallery of a whole bunch of different opportunities. But anyway, I say all that to say, once I leave, I know that I am going to be working on the floor to save up some money, because that makes a lot more money than some of the other positions. And while I'm doing that, of course, I'm going to be clocking in and clocking out. My goal and my trajectory is to work for a set amount of time, save up while I'm doing that, open up my own business ventures, invest in property, because like I said in my last video, that's what I want to do. That is my desire. I don't know if I'm all in for the whole being a landlord, what it comes with, but I understand that where there's pros, there's some cons. Like you gotta give and take a little bit, and that's totally fine, because reaping the benefits in the end is more worth it. So I don't intend on being in the nursing field until I retire. I refuse to be at any job by the time I retire, because last time I checked, retirement age is 70 years old, and that's what it is right now. So y'all, we gotta get it together. We gotta get it together, man. We have to, especially us Black folks, because we got it harder than anybody else, unfortunately. So what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So take the leap. There's a risk in everything that we do. The minute we walk outside, there is a risk. Even staying inside, unfortunately, is a risk. So why not take a risk at something that you could potentially succeed in and have no regrets later? I don't know about y'all, but I mean, it is what it is. This life is hard no matter which way you go. So you might as well take a leap at something that is the unknown, of course, and take a jab at it and hope it sticks, because a lot of times it do stick. But just to stay in a situation that you're not even happy in, or that you feel like doesn't really serve you or your purpose, you're not doing yourself a favor. And I know that with myself too. Like, honestly, again, the steps that I'm taking to lead me towards my own happiness and my journeys, and having that ease of a life and not being held down by bills and work, that is just my journey. These are just strategies that I'm taking for myself. These are also strategies that I would tell all my loved ones, my sisters. They already know how I feel about this anyway. My hubby, he knows how I feel about this. He knows my mindset when it comes to just the whole matrix itself, you know, the whole system here in America. He's already aware of how I feel about it. And people who know me know. They know Ciara can't hold down a job for too long. They know that Ciara need to be doing things that fulfills her. She needs to be creative. Like y'all, I love to sing, I love to write, and I'd love to own, and I also love to travel. Like all of these things is what makes me happy. All of these things is what brings me happiness. And I'm not wrong for carving out ways of how I can get to that. And you won't be wrong either if you do that. Yeah, there's going to be people along the way that don't believe in what you believe in, but that's okay. It's not their life. It's not for them to believe. And maybe those people think that they're playing it safe in their positions. And hey, if that's what they believe, that's totally fine. Just as long as you're not being told anything negative. That's all you should be concerned about. Just as long as nobody is coming to you with any negativity about your dreams and what you desire to do in life, that's all fine and dandy. So y'all, that's what I wanted to come in and chit chat with y'all about. Again, tonight it was just on my heart and I wanted to talk to y'all about it and also have a conversation with y'all about y'all's dreams, y'all's jobs, what y'all want to do, whether y'all like, the 9-to-5 job that you currently have, how long you've been there, because like I say again, I'm all for whatever makes you happy. And it doesn't matter. I'm not beneath 9-to-5 working because like I say, I already work a 9-to-5. Okay? But that's on a time limit. Okay. But yeah, guys, it was so lovely, lovely, lovely speaking with y'all as usual. And again, if y'all are new, my name is Ciara. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your notification bells on as well. And let's continue this conversation down in the comment section below. Peace.